Hi there, this is Movie Crank. This is my first review on this channel, and today we're gonna talk about the movie Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. First off, I'm gonna start with a little synopsis so you guys know what this movie is all about. Furiosa, we meet her as a little girl. She is living in the green place with her family and a couple of other people, and they have it all nice and well there. Then she gets kidnapped by a post-apocalyptic biker gang led by Chris Hemsworth's motorcycle band her Dementus. Her mother tries to get her back and gets brutally killed in the process by Dementus goons. Furiosa is still a prisoner for a long time, and she's groomed to be a dystopian biker herself. But in the meanwhile, she tries to get back at him, kill him, and return to her former home. I'm gonna split this review into 3 sections: the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, like the Clint Eastwood flick. Now, first off, to the good. The actors' performances were solid all over the place. Anya Taylor-Joy's Furiosa did a convincing job of showing that a scrawny character like her can get her ass handed to her numerous times, but progressively grow stronger with more training, and in the end found alternative ways to successfully win fights. Looking at you, Rey Skywalker. Anyways, Chris Hemsworth's Dementus, he was more of a circus clown than a real villain. And that's when we come to Immortan Joe. Immortan Joe is still, just like in Fury Road, the big badass villain that we all need. Really, Chris Hemsworth is kind of like a Johnny Depp version of a villain, and that for me was just entertaining but not really intimidating like it should be. Cinematography kind of blew me away. I saw it in IMAX and I got my bang for my buck. The landscape was really beautiful, and the cars were just coming across as beautiful machines just like they are. You know, V8s on a screen and V8s coming out of the speakers, that just does it for me. Another good thing about this movie that it does, pretty much similar to its predecessor, Fury Road, is the action scenes. You can see cars crashing into each other, people beating each other up, and just the nonsensical warfare that Mad Max is so famous for. You can get it there, and they find new ways to show that warfare on the road, on the Fury Road, is alive and well, just as it always been. A not so surprising thing, but I really find it cool that they did it anyway, is that they put some lore behind Fury Road. You can actually see the towns that were mentioned in Fury Road, like Gastown and the Bullet Farm, how they are actually being operated at, which is a cool thing. And you can also see the Citadel of Immortan Joe and some background knowledge of it, which kind of makes Fury Road even better. So, thank you, Furiosa, for doing that for us. And now we come to the bad section of this review. Well, let me put it like this. If Fury Road was the original Star Wars trilogy, then Furiosa is the special editions of those. You know, it's still the same movie, and it's still the same feeling, but at some point, some stupid CGI thing just pops out and ruins the whole experience. Stop. When Mad Max Wastelands, I think it is, comes out, please go back to the way you made it in Fury Road. Remember when I said that I liked Anya Taylor-Joy's portrayal of Furiosa? I didn't lie when I say this, but this is the next point. Furiosa really doesn't have characteristics of her own. I mean, she got goals, and she's got a history, and she's got a way of dealing with things, but she really doesn't have any unique features which make her kind of an interesting human being. So, to me, she's kind of like an action figure or like a really big plank, which is walking around on the screen, and there's really something missing there. So in the title of the movie, it's called a Mad Max Saga. So you may think, is there Mad Max in there? No, there isn't. Or at least, there's so little of him that you may think, is that Tom Hardy at all, or is that just some stand-in? Well, that's what I was thinking, and I really, really missed him in this movie. So here's hoping that this movie will still do well and that they may crank out one of those spin-offs or a sequel to Fury Road, which will have Tom Hardy in it. I'm praying on it. Now we come to the last gripe I have with this movie in this section, and it actually has to do with the main villain of this movie, Dementis. I get it all that it's funny these days to make a really over-the-top villain who's really a showman and who likes to just dance around and be really a psychopath or a sociopath. Really, tell me in the comments what you think the difference is, because I didn't get around to learn the difference, really. But in order to be the boss of a biker gang, you really have to show some leadership qualities, and I don't really see them in this guy. And not to say anything bad about the acting of Chris Hemsworth, I think he's a great actor. He's really got range, and you see it in this movie. But I really don't like the character that much. And now we come to the ugly. You know, at the end of this final standoff in the movie, I really thought, when are the credits gonna roll? Because they bored me to death. You know, just kill the guy. Jesus Christ.
Well, we're waiting.
And it paid off, I admit, but they really should have cut some of that runtime. Next up is Chris Hemsworth's nose.
Dr. Evil.
Thank you.
Whoa!
Now we come to the section where I'm gonna drop a little bit of a spoiler, so you've been warned. When Furiosa comes to Immortan Joe, she's kind of given to him as a gift by Dementis, unwillingly. She's supposed to be one of those brides you see in Fury Road. And she has to deliver a son to him who's going to be a successor. Yada, 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 yada. Then she flees because Victus, I guess, son of Immortan Joe, the one who's really muscular and all bodybuilder with those gas tanks on his back, he's got an eye on her. And he chases her down, and then she escapes, and she clings to a rock. Then she reappears in some garage, chop shop, and camouflages herself as one of the mechanics. And she pulls that off all the time, and there's no consequences, no search party or punishment for victors or anything. So that's kind of weird. I find that ugly. And here's where the spoilers end. Now, all in all, if you've seen Fury Road and that's kind of your thing, and you're a fan of the Mad Max movies, but not really too fond of Max, this is your movie. It's got cars, it's got a wasteland, it's got barbarian action scenes, it's got lots of blood, lots of gore. Thank you, by the way, for keeping it R-rated. I really mean it. Don't ever put this PG-13 whatever to it. Mad Max is supposed to be R-rated.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because it's so much fun, Chan.
It is a fun movie to watch. You just want a fun ride. This is the movie for you. But it still has some flaws. Thank you for hanging in there till the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, then like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'm gonna be putting out a lot more videos in the near future. Go and watch them. See you soon.